So this week's episode was very interesting. We get a little bit of backstory as to Armin and Mikasa's relationship regarding Eren. We get a little bit of Hane's actions and stuff like that. So let's discuss. Uh, the highlight of the episode has to definitely be the pep talk that Hannes gave them, which is pretty interesting. And then of course we got the little flashback with Mikasa and Armin, how Mikasa's always been there for Eren, even when no matter what, and Hana even pointed that out. He said, he would always be beaten to a pulp, but he would never give up. Every time either him or Mikasa got there, and Armin's just always been the smart kid that he is now. And he's always been pretty supportive and always tried to get Eren out of stuff. Always tried to stop him before he does something stupid. But Eren. So that was really interesting that they shed some light on that and or not really shed some light, but just kind of reinforce why they're so eerie or not eerie, why they're so irritated, why they're so uneasy, so to speak. It's because they really care about Eren, they really want to save him, and I really love Mikasa because she was ready to go, and you saw how devastated she was when Armin's like, "Well, we have to wait for a lift," and it was just like, damn. Mikasa is just A1. A1. If Mikasa's your favorite character, shout outs to you. Because you chose, if you chose Levi or Mikasa, just shout outs to all you guys that just love those characters and they're your favorite characters because those characters are just so awesome. Yeah, we have so many other awesome characters, but Levi and Mikasa just take the cake. And I really love how this didn't really I get the sense that Mikasa is in love with Eren, but I really love how they haven't how that I guess how would I put it? They haven't he could easily the author of Attack on Titan could easily force them into being a couple, just to please the fans and add some exciting racy stuff with that. But he hasn't done that yet. And judging by the flashback and things that have happened in general from what we've seen, like when Eren saved Mikasa before a long time ago, if you guys remember from season one, it seems that Mikasa just genuinely likes, you could, her reasoning for wanting to fight for Eren so hard and risk her life could stem from a number of things, like, for instance, gratitude. Maybe she's thankful that Eren saved her that long time ago and that her family has ultimately helped take care of her in addition to Eren. Maybe she's just grateful for all of that. So I really like the way he's handling this. I honestly wouldn't mind if Eren and Mikasa ended up in a couple, but as it stands now, ended up being a couple, excuse me. But as it stands now, I like the way it is now as well. And then, of course, we got another thing I want to touch on. Armin said Eren lost to the Colossal Titan. Okay, how was he losing? I don't understand that. Because we saw in the previous episode he was fucking Reiner up. Reiner only won because he strategically, mustered up enough strength to push Eren up to where he was side by side with the Colossal Titan. And then, of course, I don't know if he talked to Bertolt or maybe Bertolt just understood, okay, now I got to do this. And then, of course, Bertolt made himself fall over. And that's how Eren lost. He lost because he got tag team ultimately. Which I guess you could say that's fine because Mikasa helped him beat Reiner in a way. So I guess it depends on how you want to look at it. But if it was just one on one, Eren would have whooped Reiner's ass. He would have. He would have whooped his ass. I just want to put that out there. And then we have the Survey Corps versus the military police. That was pretty interesting in that literally, as we all know, the military police are just privileged assholes. I mean, they take advantage of their position, and they haven't really okay, yes, they did well in the training course, but really, they aren't really fit to even serve humanity. They don't do anything but use up tax money and just take things for granted. And I really love how Levi was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," when that soldier was like, "Hey, Levi, where are you hiding the Titans?" Because they were getting bored. Levi was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe we can hunt some Titans together. There are plenty of expeditions." And they got scared. I'm like, "Yeah, my boy Levi checking them real quick because they know that they aren't ready for Titans, and rightfully so. They haven't had to face any Titans. The closest they got to them was when Annie and Eren fought in the what was that? The capital, I believe. not the capital, but in the city closest to the capital. And that was the closest they've ever gotten to Titans, and those were, time shifters. So a little bit different there, but still pretty much as scary if you don't know what's going on. And it's just it's really crazy. But then that troop gets there, and he informs Erwin and all of them what has happened. And like, okay, we got to get there, and they ride the walls to get there fast. And again, we have Hanen's pep talk, which that really gets Armin and Mikasa motivated to go and save Eren. They start fueling up on that nasty ass cracker that looked like a brick, and then they get there, and I'm like, yes, it's heating up. And so as they're getting settled, we get like a little zip back to Eren, and his both of his arms have been cut off. But what's interesting is that it looks like we're gonna hopefully we get to learn a lot, because I'm really interested as to, okay, why did Bertolt and Reiner do it? And even though they're time shifters, it's interesting to know that it seems like they don't really consider themselves human. So it's interesting. But I really hope a lot of questions are answered. And I don't want you guys to forget, what about the Beast Titan? Because he slipped in. Where does he play out in all of this? So we got what looks to be Reiner and Eren are going to be talking it out next episode. Thank goodness, because I really hope he answers a lot of things. I want to see where Ymir comes into all of this, because they grabbed Ymir as well. Why would they grab Ymir? I mean, she's a time shifter, obviously, but did they know? Because remember, Bertolt and Reiner got really mad when they were walking that day back when they were kids with their friend, and that Titan ate their friend, and apparently Ymir looks just like that Titan. Oh, well, I mean, judging from the flashlight, you could see that she did. So yeah, she looks just like that Titan. So did they know? Or like what's going on here? A lot of questions that I hope are answered for next week's episode. So yeah, all in all, this is a really solid episode. I'd give it a solid 8. Art and animation still on point. I mean, honestly, Attack on Titan has just been so good. And I know I say this every single review, but it's just so good. Maybe there's some bias here because I really like the anime, but man, it's just been so good. And I encourage you to check it out. If maybe you've read the manga but you haven't seen the anime, or well, you might as well go ahead and let it finish up and then binge watch it. That would be my advice, since we're on episode 8. Well, we're about to be on next week's episode is 9. So yeah, we're almost done. So yeah, that would be my advice to you guys. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This has been another review on Attack on Titan by me, Mysterious Man Toby, signing off.